Students, we are continuing working of the institutions. Overview. Let us read and understand the lesson. You want to read carefully. Please take your pencil in your hand. Underline the important points. Democracy is not just about people electing the rules. In the democracy, we are not doing that. We are just electing our rulers. We are having many other duties. In a democracy, the rulers have to follow some rules and procedures. The rulers, they themselves want to follow some of the rules and procedures. Please underline. They have to work with and within the institution. They means all the representative, they want to work with and within the institutions. This chapter is about the working of such institutions in a democracy. We try to understand this by looking at the manner in which major decisions are taken and implemented in our country. We also look at how the disputes regarding these decisions are resolved. In this process, we come across three institutions that play a key role or in the major decision, that is legislative, executive and judiciary. Please underline. We have already read something about these institutions in the earlier classes, means in 8th standard, even 7th standard we studied something. Here we shall quickly summarize those and move on the asking larger questions. In the case of such institution, we ask, what does this institution do? How is this institution connected to other institutions? What makes its functioning more or less democratic? The basic objective here is to understand how all the institutions together carry on the work of the government. Sometimes we compare these with similar institutions in other democracies. In this chapter, we take our example from working of the national level government called central government, union government or the just government of India. So we will call the central government, or that we will call it in three ways: central government or union government or government of India. While reading this chapter, you can think of all the discussions, examples from the working of the government in your state. Okay. First point, it is how is the major policy decision taken. We are going to study about three factors. What is legislature, executive and judiciary. So first one, we are going to discuss about legislature. Okay, a government order. On August 13th, 1990, the government of India issued an order. Please underline in which date. In 13th. This is the one of the example. It was called Office Memorandum. What was the name of that government order? That is Office Memorandum. Like all government orders, it has a number and is known by OM number 36012/31/90 EST CST dated on 13/18/1990. Means whenever it is coming a government order, there will be a number that is with the details. We will get the some details about what it is, like that, in which department, like that things we will get it. Then date also will be there. With the number there will be one date. So in government orders we will get number and date. And joint secretary and officer of the in the department of the personnel and training in the ministry of personnel, public grievance and the pensions signed the order. It was quite short, barely one page. It looked like an ordinary circular or a notice that you may have seen in the school. The government issue hundreds of orders every day on different matters. Government is not only one. Here we are going to see one of the examples. So like that, hundreds of orders giving by government for different departments. Then, but this one was very important, and because of the source of the controversy of several years. Many years we were was going through discussions and debates on this particular order. So it was very famous. Let us see how the decision was taken and what happens later. Okay, we are going to see the government order. Here it is given the number CI, Department of Personnel and Training, OM number 36012/31/90, means 90 means the year. Then EST in bracket CST dated on 13/8/1990. Then subject 27% of reservation for socially and educationally backward classes in the civil post and civil services post. They are OBC groups, they are going to get 27% of the reservation. That was the subject. In a multiple undulating society like ours, early achievements of the objective of the social justice as enshrined in the constitution is must. The second backward class commission called the Mandal Commission, which commission given the report? Mandal Commission, about what? The the second backward class commission, okay, was established by the government with this purpose in view, which submitted its report to the government of India on 31st December 1980. They got the report in 1980 and decision taken in 1919 after 10 years. The government has carefully considered the report and the recommendations of the commission in the present context regarding the benefits to the extent to the socially and educationally backward classes as appointed by the commission, and are the clear view that the outset certain weightage has been provided to such classes in services of the union and their public undertaking. Accordingly, order are issued as follows: 27% of vacancies in the civil post and services under the government of India shall be reserved for SEBC. Second, what it is socially and educationally backward classes. That is full form of SEBC, means socially and educationally backward classes. Then again another one order, it is given in 1993. That also we can see GI, Department of Personnel and Training, OM number 36012 and 22/93, established SCST and dated on 8/9/93. That is reservation of other backward classes in civil services under the government of India regarding. About the first we taken the decision in 1990, then afterwards many controversies was there. Then again they are making little bit changes in that is by 1993. Okay, we will go to other part of the lesson. So were all these people involved in the decision regarding the office of memorandum? Let us find out who are making. This order announced a major policy decision. It said 27% of vacancies in the civil posts and services under the government of India are reserved for socially and educationally backward class. Please underline what is the full form of SEBC, or what is the aim of that order, to whom it is mentioned. SEBC is another name for all those people who belonging to caste that are considered backward by government. The benefit of job reservation was still then available only to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Before that, before 1990, reservation only to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. 1990 onwards, OBC people also started to get reservation. Now a new third category called SEBC was introduced. Only person who belonging to backward classes are eligible for this quota of 27% of job. Other could not compete for these jobs. Then who is making decision, or the decision makers? Okay, that we will continue in next video.